All right, what's up, everybody? I'm going to do the watch list for tomorrow. Let me go into our trade room. Give me a second here real quick. And I'm going to start the stream in there as well. So hold on one second. What's up, everybody in the trade room? Can you guys hear me? Just about to do the live stream for the watch list. So I'll wait just a moment just to make sure you guys can hear me, and then we'll be good to go. Awesome. Thanks, Liquid Gabe. Appreciate it. Cool. So looks like we're good to go in the trade room, and I think on YouTube, so we should be rocking and rolling. All right, so if you guys look here on the daily, you guys will see here on futures, not looking so hot at the moment. You can see there's this big rising wedge pattern, and you can see as it was getting close to breaking out right in this area here, this 2820-ish area, kind of rejected. Now it's kind of failing, so showing some weakness, not looking so hot, so we'll have to keep an eye on it here and see if it's either going to fall out of this rising wedge to the downside or if it's going to hold and try to break out. So we shall see. Oh, hold on one second, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Had to pause real quick for a second. Let me just real quick. Was having some issues in the day trade room, so give me 1 second. I should be back up and running. So, guys watching on YouTube, give me 1 second here, real quick. I just got to log back into the trade room real quick, and I should be good to go. And there we go. Hey, Liquid Gabe, are you still in the day trade room? Just let me know if you can hear audio so that I can just kind of go back. We'll be back on the mic here, ready to go. All right, cool. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so at this point, we just need to see if price can break out of this falling or break above this falling wedge, or if it's going to fall below. Right now, it's just, again, not looking so hot. Guys, this is a reminder here. If you guys haven't subscribed to our alerts, this lets you know when we post all of our content. You'll see right over here we have our trade alerts update for last week, and our alerts fire off. You'll see we make these watch lists and these videos. You know, our trade alerts fire off any 90% on up usually per week. You know, some move more than the others, but again, most of ours move to the upside. So make sure that you keep an eye on our trade alerts and watch list. So let's take a look and see, again, when you have days like this and there's a lot of selling pressure, sometimes it can be hard finding plays. So we'll see if there's anything good to look at. We'll do the day trade watch list first, and then I'll switch over and do the swing trade watch list. All right, so let's take a look at JMU. Actually, let me click this off first right there. JMU. One other second, guys. Let me just go to, I want to do my two charts side by side. Makes it a little bit easier for me. All right, so JMU. we're looking for stocks that are holding their highs on the day for a possible continuation upwards for the next day. So we want stocks to solidly hold their highs and usually have a potential daily breakout or a possible gap fill opportunity. Normally with a stock like JMU, I wouldn't necessarily put it on just because there's not a pattern, but it did have a huge day like today. So when you see it has a huge day, then it kind of drops back down at the end of the day. A lot of times there's a secondary push or day the following day. So I'll put it on for a continuation day because, again, these ones that have a pump, sometimes they pump up for 2 or 3 days before they dump. So I'm going to more than likely put JMU on. Oops, I meant to remove these symbols, and for some reason they didn't remove. All right. So let me do this for the swing as well. All right. So JMU we'll put on over here. I'll put the alert levels and stuff towards the end of the stream, but right now we'll put JMU on for a possible secondary day. Let's look at Icon. Icon right here. This one is holding its highs. Has kind of a ascending triangle-ish or a kind of flat top pattern at the end of the day here going into the aftermarket right near that 200 SMA. And you can see kind of a bigger overall inverse head and shoulders, like a left shoulder-ish head, right shoulder-ish, kind of a neckline. So this one may be looking to break out. And it's a penny stock. We try to put some like diverse stocks on there, some of the higher ones and some of the lower ones as well. So I'm going to put on Icon or Iconics right over here. And let's take a look at JRJC. All right, that's another one here. Sometimes these days surprise you when they when you think there might not be plays after an ugly looking day. Sometimes there are some pretty decent setups. So you can see right here JRJC finishing kind of right at its highs for the day of 223. Had a massive volume day right here. Again, a bit overextended, which you don't necessarily like, but sometimes when you have this big move up and it's holding its highs, it might have a secondary continuation day the next day or so. So we'll put that on. You can see 250 would probably be the next resistance level. So I'll put JRJC on. Again, I'll do the alerts towards the end. This is a garbage looking chart, so I'm not going to put anything on for that one. ATIS. So this one did move up, dropped. This one, I don't like this chart as much, so I'm not going to put ATIS on. CIFS, you can see I had this one charted out earlier today. This one kind of has kind of a, whatever you want to, a star or an inverted long-legged doji, and you can see kind of a head and shoulders there on the 5-minute chart, so I'm not liking that one right now. KEG. So KEG, this one's possible. You can see it's a little bit tricky at the end of the day. You can see, although this one did have a lot of volume, it's a little bit overextended. Below $4. Don't think I'm going to put that one on. That one's a little bit more overextended. I'd like to see it because you're going to have probably $4 resistance, that whole dollar amount, and it's a little bit funky on that 5-minute chart, so I don't think I'm going to put that one on. JP. Let me take a look at the hourly. JP I would normally probably not put on. However, there is a gap right here between that 708 and that 866. So I might put that one on as a possible. You can see lots of volume at the end of the day. Maybe this thing will get a pump up to the base of that gap. Again, you'll see it kind of rejected at this 595. So it's a little bit tricky in this area here, but maybe it might run up a little bit up to maybe that 595 and then see what happens again. So this may potentially have a secondary day, so we'll put it on there for now. Sometimes I'll put some on the watch list, and then at the end I might take a couple off if there's too many. So I'll put some on there for now, and then we'll see how many there are. And then sometimes I like to weed the watches down a little bit further at the end. Let me see. No, I don't like CLDC. It's a little bit overextended. AWSM. All right, yep, AWSM. So this one's pretty much kind of holding its highs here at that 325 marker. Kind of has a cup and weird handle-ish or an inverse head and shoulders here. This one may be one to keep an eye on if it can break out above that 353 level. So we'll put that one on right now, AWSM. So again, like to see stocks that are holding their highs, have a pattern, potential breakout, or a possible chance for a gap fill as well. Don't like that one. Now, BLNKW is a wacky stock, has a history of pumping and dumping. So again, this chart's a garbage looking chart. However, it has a history of pumping and then obviously dumping. It's definitely one that's day traded a bunch. So normally I wouldn't put this on, but it is holding its highs right near a $0.50 amount. So this one may get a pump up. You know, I'd watch probably that $2 level as well. So I'm going to put this one on for a possible move up. Again, it's a pump and dump like many of these penny stocks, but you can see pumps up, down, up, down, up, down. This is a heavily day traded stock, so we'll put that one on BLNKW. All right. This one right here, DGLY, is a bit overextended, right below $5. But it might have a shot. Let's see. Really overextended. If this were to break out, right, that $5 level would be a very important breakout level. And it kind of has a double bottom-ish pattern. Let me see on the hourly. And it may be setting up maybe a flat top for a possible breakout above $5. And it is a low floater. It has a history of pumping and dumping. So I think I'm going to put DGLY on. Again, remember with these stocks, you're just looking to get the momentum for a breakout and capitalize on the move. So this is not something I would get in and hold and swing trade. Again, super overextended, has a history, you know, obviously pumping and dumping. So you want to capitalize if this thing breaks out above $5. $5 is a very important support level after it breaks that resistance. So I'm going to put DGLY. Hey, Nicole, how are you? And so I like how it's holding its highs here, but I don't like that gravestone doji-ish candle right before it. That messes it up with the wick, so I don't think I'm going to put that on the watch list. So sometimes these stocks will hold their highs, but then it'll have a high wave candle or, you know, a wick or a big wick in the previous candles that'll mess it up. So then I kind of usually don't put it on. We try to give you guys stocks that are have some clear move away from resistance, that you have some chance to be able to capitalize on the move. Nicole, if you want, Nicole says, can you please tell me how to use moving average in intraday? Yes. I won't do it on this video because you can go to our website. Let me see if I can find it over here for you guys. I have so many different screens while I'm streaming here that, there we go. Right over here. If you come over to our website, bullishbears.com, you'll see a link below. You can come over here and when I'm not logged in, you'll see a thing that says, actually, let me just show you right here. new incognito window. Let's do this right here, bullishbears.com, and you can register right here for your free membership to take our free courses. So our free courses you'll see right under here will help you with learning intraday crossovers and all that. All right, so let's go back. And thanks, Dan, for taking care of that. Appreciate it. And this is BLNK, so that's like BLNKW. So they're basically very similar stocks. So you can see it's a history of pumping. I actually might put BLNK on there instead of BLNKW. I like that one a little bit better. So you'll see this one has a history of pumping up, breaking out, and then dumping down. So that one's going to probably go on the watch list. Again, I'll put the alerts on toward the end. Don't like eyes. So again, don't like these spinning top candles right in the middle of moving average lines. That, again, like to have something that's clear for the ability to potentially break out and doesn't have all that in the way. So now normally, this one maybe, KBEV might be doing kind of a cup and handle-ish pattern. And could have a chance to move back up to that 70 cents level. I'd like to see these, on a 50-cent stock. If you were looking at the stock, if you like penny stocks, this is one I might take a look at and see if this thing can break out above 50 cents. Look at that, kind of that 70, 71 cents as a level. So that one might be one to keep an eye on. I'm not going to put it on the watch list, but kind of a cup and maybe handle-ish. You can see if it can break out above that 50 cents. You see it pumped up, dumped back down. If it can get above 50 cents and hold that 50-cent marker, it might have a little bit of room to run. You're welcome, Nicole. And all right, GLG. Not sure if I like that one. Egan. So it did fill that gap, and you can see right there, guys. It filled the gap right over here and then pulled right back down. So that one's a little bit messier. I don't think I'm going to put that one on. FTNW, no. I believe CANF is a pot stock. Let me look at the hourly. No, I'm not going to put that one on. So this might be doing a reversal on the daily for KPTI. You can see it has that hammer, possibly reversing up after it's gotten hammered down. This might be doing a reversal. So this is one I might put on the watch list. Let me look at the hourly. It's above that 50 SMA, moving average line starting to cross. So yeah, I think I'm going to put KPTI. So I think at this point I have enough for the daily watch list. And at this point, let me create the alerts, maybe weed it down a little bit and see which ones I like the best. So you can see with JMU pumped up today, dumped back down. But again, many of these times when they pump up like this, they might have a sympathy day. You can see it's a very, very low floater. So this thing will very volatile. It needs to get above that 373 marker. And where's that 260 marker here? So let me do this. Create the alert. And again, for those of you guys that are members, we post these alerts on our website each night right over in, where did I have it? Right here. You basically log in each night, and once you log in, right under our trade alerts here is where we post these alerts. So we save you the work of having to do the watch list and the alerts every single night, and you'll see right here. So what I will do is I'll say let's see, low floater, pumped today. Watch for possible second day move. And needs to get above 373. So you guys will see it's a low floater, pumped up today. Watch for possible second day move. Needs to get above that 373 marker right up there. All right, icon. And now I'm not liking it so much. Although it is, I'll put a penny stock on there for you guys. So this one may be kind of flagging back. So at this point, I'd put probably that 50-cent marker. So right there, it's right near that 200 SMA. So at this point, I would put 33, put 34 cents. So penny stock, watch if can get above 200 SMA with resistance around 50 cents. So you'll see I put penny stock, watch if price can get above the 200 SMA right here with resistance around 50 cents. So give you guys a penny stock to look out for. Hey, Darkest Shadows, how are you? All right, JRJC. So let's do this. So this one I'm not going to put on even though it's holding its highs just because it's a bit overextended. Next move up is 250 for the resistance level. So it's not that much of a move, so I'm going to kind of weed that one off. If you like this one, it is holding its highs. Next resistance level I'd say is about 250 for JRJC. So I'm going to take that one off for now. And I'm going to come back to JP. I'm going to see if I'm going to keep that one on. Oh, and this one just took right off after market, right around that 350 marker. So it's a bit overextended. Let's see. You guys can see I had it marked out before that 325 and then boom, it just popped up, which I wouldn't want to see. I'd want to see it pop up tomorrow. So at this point, I'd say that 350 marker, where is 350? Right here would be the next level. So let's do this. Let me go back to JP real quick. I'm going to put it on potentially basically for that gap. See if it can get anywhere near it. Let's do this. Maybe it'll have a pump up towards that. So big volume day. Watch for possible continuation day with base of gap around 740s. I think that's what it is. Let me just double check it. So right at that base of the gap, right around that 740s, it's about 70. I'll put just above $7. So let me just change that. Just above $7. So big volume day right here on the daily. Watch for possible continuation day with base of gap right around that, just above that $7. So it needs to get above that 595 marker. AWSM. So this one right here. Let's do this. All right, so you can see an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, kind of a neckline here. So you can see inverse head and shoulders on the daily. Watch for possible breakout above 350-ish. Resistance around $4. So you can see left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline extending up. See if it can break out above 350, and then watch out for resistance right about $4. DGLY. This one's a bit overextended. You can see another kind of inverse head and shoulders-ish. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline extending up right below $5. You can see anytime it reaches $5, it seems like it keeps rejecting down. So this is going to either reject at 5 or dump down, or it might possibly have a breakout. It is a low floater. So with this one, and I would say actually probably $6 is like the next level of resistance. So let's do this. Low floater, overextended. Watch for possible breakout above $5. Next resistance around $5.50 and $6. Those whole and half dollar amounts. Again, a bit overextended. Watch and see if it can break above $5. You can see, let's look at $5.50 level. Yep, there's some resistance right over here at $5.50 and then around $6. BLNK. So this one has kind of cup and handle-ish. Needs to get above that, like that 424 marker. So you can see history of, again, it's a day traded stock, so this one might get a pump up. So let's see here. It needs to break above $4 and then 424. So I'd put $4 and then that 424 level. So let's do this. Heavily day traded stock. Watch if price can get above $4 and ideally break out above 424-ish. So it's a heavily day traded stock. Watch if price can get above $4 right over in here and ideally break out above that 424 marker. And last one will be KPTI. So this one's been heavily sold. Needs to get oversold above that 454 level. Let's look at the hourly. Yep, so this one's got some room to possibly move up. So this one has, again, some room, super oversold. If it can get above that 450-ish marker, you know, I'd look right up. I mean, you have that 9 EMA on the daily I'd use as resistance. So this one is in, let's see, 544. Where is the resistance on the hourly? Yeah, so probably I'd say probably $5 would be some resistance right in here. and then probably that 550 level as well. It's kind of a sideways inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, kind of that sideways neckline. So let's do this. Oversold, possible reversal, watch for potential continuation with resistance around $5 and $5.50 ish. So oversold, possible reversal, watch for potential continuation with resistance right around $5 and $5.50 level, and that's KPT. All right, so give me a second, guys. I'm done with the daily watch list. I'm going to do the swing watch list. So on YouTube, if you're on YouTube watching, sit tight for a second. I'm going to stop the stream in our day trade room, and then I'm going to come over or go over to our swing trade room right now and restart in there. So each day, guys, we do live streaming. We have a day trade, swing trade, and a futures room. So we do our live streaming. So I'm just kind of, for those that want to watch us on YouTube, you could watch us on YouTube right now for the streams or for our watch list streams, but we do daily streams in our trade room. So if anybody's lingering in our swing trade room right now and they don't realize I'm live on YouTube, I'll just do the stream for them for the swing trade watch list. So 1 second. All right, guys, in the swing trade room, can you guys hear me? I'm doing the swing trade watch list for tomorrow. So if you guys can hear me right now, just maybe someone just say, "Yep, I can hear you," and then I will. Awesome. What's up, EM? Awesome. Cool. All right, guys. So I'm streaming the swing trade watch list for you guys tomorrow. We just finished up the daily watches over here. So let me go over to large cap stocks and see if there's anything good to take a look at. So this one, let me just do this. Go to the daily here. And so like I was showing everybody, you'll see on futures, not looking so hot at the moment. You can see price in that big rising wedge right over here, and it rejected at resistance, previous resistance levels. So now it's teetering. Again, a lot of selling pressure. So now we got to see, is it going to fall out of that rising wedge, or is it going to continue and break out? If you're bullish on it, you want to see it break out above this rising wedge and ideally not fall down, but we will watch and see what happens. So let's take a look at, you can see Facebook was the bigger one on the day here today. And this may be one I actually put on. So I like this. So this is what I do like to see. So it is holding its highs on the day. You can see a possible kind of cup and handle-ish. You can see kind of a double bottom, possible break. It is closing above the 200 SMA. And there is some room up to that that 172-ish level. So kind of a cup and handle-ish. See kind of a double bottom break above the 200 SMA. Let's look at the hourly. It's got a little bit of room. It's a bit overextended on the hourly, so I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back a little bit. But it's got the some room to move up to that 172 level before it hits some resistance. So I think I'm going to put a Facebook on as a potential watch. So 167 up to that. What is that? 172 marker. Let me look at that again. 172. So you can see big cup and handle-ish pattern on daily. Watch for potential continuation with resistance around 172. So you guys can see kind of a bigger cup and handle-ish, like kind of a big cup pattern here, handle pulling back. Now you can see kind of a double bottom break a little bit right over here at that 162 marker. Now you got to watch and see if it's got some continuation up. That 172 level is an area of resistance, so Facebook is definitely one to watch. All right, let's look at BABA. So BABA is an interesting one. So at this point, BABA has another kind of, well, you can see it had a double bottom break here. Possible cup, kind of a cup pattern forming here. It is just above resistance now, but it's also a bit overextended. Let's see if it's kind of got a rising wedge-ish pattern, or it's at the top of a channel. So this is one you got to be very careful of right here. So it is very overextended. It's right near resistance. It is holding its highs, but this would also make me a little bit nervous that it's at the top of resistance. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one pulls back. But again, at the same time, this is kind of running with the market as well. Whereas, you know, this could also have a breakout day. So I'm kind of iffy on this one right now with BABA. And you can see kind of an inverse head and shoulders, but it is pulling back. Let me look at the hourly. And let me draw. Yeah, it's right at the top of that kind of channel. But then you can zoom in, you can say possible inverse head and shoulders. So this is where it could get really tricky. So this could reject, but it also could be a possible inverse head and shoulders. And you can say it's could reject right off the top of that channel, but it also, you know, maybe looking to break out. So I'm going to put that on the side for now. I'm going to decide on that one last moment. Let's see if there's anything else to look at instead. Let's look at, this is DWDP. Normally I don't like this because it's still below the moving average lines. However, I can see a head, left shoulder, right shoulder. So you can see an inverse head and shoulders pattern potentially shaping up. Let me look at the hourly. So then you can see it is price. You can see another left shoulder head, right shoulder. This one may be looking to potentially break out if it can kind of, these moving average lines can still cross and push price up. So this might be one to keep an eye on as well. That's DWDP. It's a little bit messier, but it may be, this one may have some room. If it can get above that, see, you want to see that, get it above the moving average lines right over in here. So at this point, I'd probably say that 56 marker. It's a bigger overall inverse head and shoulders. Let me put that down here for now. I'm not loving either of them. They both have some potential though. Let me look at a couple more and we'll see. INTC. That one's been another kind of rising wedge pattern. It's kind of got that hanging man candle. So that's where it makes me nervous, especially with the market at indecision mode right now. That's where you got to be careful with these. So when the market pulls back, or it looks like it might be reversed, and it affects all these major stocks. So sometimes the plays are definitely a lot harder to find. Coca-Cola has kind of a double bottom-ish pattern. Kind of hanging me in. Let's look at the hourly. And it's right near, kind of close to resistance, so I'm not going to put that one on. Apple had that fake out earlier. I was looking at that one, and it had that cup and handle-ish, kind of broke out. And then you'll see it broke out right around that 175 marker, right over, where is it? Kind of that 175 area earlier, and just dumped right back down. So that one kind of faked out a little bit earlier. So Procter & Gamble, that one might be hammering right below that 9 EMA. Let's look at the weekly. Let's see, kind of at all-time highs. A bit overextended, so it's a little bit overextended to my liking. Let's look at so yeah, there's some of these are, most of these are kind of in that indecision mode. Sorry guys, my voice is still weird. And if you guys can see, going back to the futures, the reason why it's kind of tough to find some of these plays right now is because the market, you can see, is at this critical point in this rising wedge. You see it was possibly looking to break out and then smacked resistance, fell right back down. So we don't know if this market's going to go and break out or if it's going to break down. So it affects, obviously, stocks. So something like with BABA, kind of another one, right? BABA could either go and break out or it could break down. It is very overextended. So I think just to keep it safe, I might take BABA off right now for you guys and maybe keep DWDP instead. DuPont, where I'd like to see it above the moving average lines more. But it's not as overextended, and there is an overall inverse head and shoulders, or left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You know, you want to see it get above, you know, that 56.61-ish area, and then you can see it kind of extends up to $60. So you can see left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This may be cup and handling right over in here as well, so kind of a cup, maybe maybe a sideways cup and handle. Let's look at the hourly again, and you know, it's got some room up to maybe that $56 level, so it's, I'm gonna put that one on because it's not as overextended. Don't love it, but again, there's not a lot of options right now. So let's do this. You can see kind of a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, kind of neckline going up right over here. So let's see. Inverse head and shoulders on 1 hour. Watch for potential continuation with resistance around $56. So you can see kind of an inverse head and shoulders. Watch for possible continuation. Resistance right around that $56 marker. Again, these are all going to depend on what the market does. If the market tanks, this is going to have a much harder time going and breaking out Again, that's where we're putting these on a watch list. Just because they fire off does not mean you trade them. You have to know support and resistance. Very, very important. Take our courses on our website if you're new and you're not familiar with how to trade. Do not take out our trades just because the alerts fire off. And you can see again over here, guys, Facebook, it is holding its highs. Bigger type of cup and possible handle. Kind of a double bottom-ish, closing above the 200 SMA. Has some room to go back up to that 172. So those are the two we are going to keep on watch. All right, so that's the completion of both our daily and swing watch list. Again, if you guys are not a member yet, you can come over to our website, bullishbears.com. You can see we have a day trade, swing trade, futures room. We do live streaming each day. You'll see our free courses over here. Once you register on our homepage right over here with Start Your Free Membership, you'll get a login to our website where you'll get access to our $3,000 plus worth of free courses over here. So you would just log in, come over here and take the course of your choosing. And you'll see we have this whole section now. You'll see we keep building it out with just, you know, reviews on companies, on trading apps, on trading setup, right? You know, books that we recommend. So it's kind of a whole resource center here for you guys. We've been really building out this section for you guys. And each day right over here under trading, here's where we post our trading alerts and our watch list. So, you know, bookmark these pages and come and check them out each night. You'll see what I just did right now for you guys in this video. We post the watch list in alerts right over here each day before 9 p.m. And you'll see each morning by 9 a.m. we post trade ideas, daily gappers over here. So you can click over here and see right over here. We post each day the gappers for trade ideas, and for those that are members of our trading group, we do post our live screen share of trade ideas each day. It's our favorite tool, kind of like your try it before you buy it. So if you want to see trade ideas live before you buy it, we share our screen share every single day. And yes, this video is going to stay on YouTube. And hope you guys enjoyed it. So, all right, guys, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you guys are not a member yet and you want to come join us, you can come and subscribe right over here. And that's that. All right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Phil, you're welcome, and I'll catch you all later. Enjoy.